Welcome back to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Madison.
I'm Frank.
Quite the week. Both of our teams won.
Yeah.
About damn time.
About damn time is right.
This is the first time we both won.
Maybe this year.
Yeah. In 1 week.
Oh, week one we both
week
won.
Week 1 we
yeah.
both won.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot going on. Some exciting Thanksgiving games.
Yeah.
Detroit almost pulled it out. Rode with Dan Campbell. He still didn't let me down.
No, it was a great game.
It was a good game.
Great game, for
Came
sure.
down to the last second, so pretty good there. Denver's still not riding. Jacksonville coming out with a big win against Baltimore.
Huge for us in our division, too. Love it. Trevor Lawrence, send you a Christmas gift.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? Kansas City continues to dominate.
Yeah.
Nothing surprising there. And Green Bay's pretty much toast. Rodgers might be seeing the end of him.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that once they're eliminated from playoff contention, which one more loss and that can happen.
They'll probably do it.
It's going to be the Jordan Love show for the rest of the season. Let Rodgers heal up. Still has 2 years left on his contract. $100 million. What are you going to do for Green Bay? I don't know. You trade him? It's a lot of money for an aging quarterback who had a not so great season. Didn't have a ton of offensive weapons.
No.
He
had the most interceptions he's had in a while.
He hasn't looked great this year. No. And so, to him $100 million for the next 2 years, I don't know if you're going to try to buy him out. I don't know what they're going to do. Especially Jordan Love came to the game and played pretty well. He had a touchdown.
He kept him in it.
He felt confident. Looked like he knew what he was doing, completely different from his only start, which is last year in Arrowhead. One of the hardest places to play, for sure. But he played well. So if he comes out, like once they're eliminated, which it could happen this week, they have a tough game. I'm not sure who they're playing with.
Not necessarily eliminated, but their playoff hopes are completely shattered.
Once Rodgers knows that he can't make the playoffs, he basically said, sure, let Jordan Love play. And if he puts on a show and plays well and wins some games, then it could be Jordan Love time in Green Bay.
That would be interesting to see, and because that is their future. So.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's not much to talk about.
Hey, your Steelers had a big win on Monday night.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess I'm not downplaying it. That was the best game we won, or the best game played throughout the entire season. So Pickett looked sharp.
It's third game in a row.
Games without a turnover. So that Dolphins game kind of set the mark of him wanting to play better. I mean, obviously everyone always wants to play better, but I'm sure that's really what made his focus. To eliminate turnovers. You're not gonna get a touchdown on every single drive. So you got to take care of the ball, and that's what he did. And the plays are gonna come. And George Pickens, though, he's just an absolute dog.
Yeah.
Like once he's it, I just don't. I just know that the ball is gonna be caught by him every time it's like thrown. Unless it's just like behind him or something, but even that, he's still gonna catch.
He's still gonna make a play on it for sure.
So Pickens, I mean, all they gotta do is throw it in his general area. Even if it's a bad throw, he's probably gonna figure out how to catch it. And then our running game's starting to wake up. I mean, this is the third straight game our running game actually produced.
And all three running backs played well.
Yeah, until Najee got hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, we just brought. Benny Snell's been on the special teams all year, so those were his first carries, and he had a touchdown. And McFarland just got called up from the practice squad because Jalen Warren's hurt too. So Warren will be back this week, so McFarland won't be playing. But I doubt Harris plays. Haven't really heard an update, but I can't imagine him rushing back right away. So it would be probably Jalen Warren getting the call with Snell backing him up. So we'll see. All I know is that game, even though we played the Colts and the Colts obviously had some blunders in that game, Matt Ryan couldn't throw the ball until the second half.
I think they were scared to throw it deep.
Yeah.
Like, he threw one deep to Michael Pittman, and I'm like, you got this guy out there? Throw him the damn ball. Like, what are you doing?
And, the Colts offense just doesn't look too good. There's points in the game where the third quarter Steelers made some mistakes dropping the ball and stuff, but we recovered. And then 2 minutes left in Pittsburgh territory. The Colts don't call their first timeout until 30 seconds left, and it proved to be the killer for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's fine. I'll take the win. We play the Falcons this week, so
hope's still alive, baby. Your defense keeps you in every game.
Last week, I'm right off the season. I'm focusing on Pickett's progression, but if we do get to a point where we're back at 7-7, just like that, I might gain some little hope back. But honestly,
like I told you,
I'm just not expecting too much.
No, I know.
I don't. I mean, it is what it is. He had a good game. He's had good games past 3 games. Turning the ball over. So I think that's honestly we're going to see more from him offensively. We're going to see I think this game against the Falcons is a great opportunity to have your best game of your career.
Yeah.
200-300 yards, 3-4 touchdowns. I can see that.
Yeah.
Just because of his progression has been up and up. He is the highest rated quarterback, highest rated Steelers quarterback since week 10 of 2018.
Oh, wow.
So.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game.
Yeah, so I expect to see that, especially with our favorable schedule.
Yeah, I mean your schedule
half of the season. I mean,
it's our division.
Games left is Baltimore twice. I mean, we play. I think play the Falcons, Ravens, Panthers, and then I believe the Raiders, and then the
Ravens again.
Ravens and Browns. It's not. Those are all winnable games. So especially the Falcons and Panthers. We can't let those slip through the cracks. And we haven't lost the Ravens since 2019. So we swept them in 2020, swept them in 2021. Can we do it again? We'll see.
You never know.
Time will tell.
It could very well come down to a Week 17 matchup, Browns-Steelers for the division. Love to see it. Love to see it.
That would be nice, but that's really a stretch. Because
it is.
It's a stretch,
for sure.
Honestly,
it's possible. That's all I'm saying.
It's possible because the Ravens are a beatable team.
Right.
I mean,
they lose in our division. Both can beat them.
They don't win in the division too often. As much as people think they're so good, it's they don't win in the division.
Right.
And also, the Bengals
have a tough schedule.
I mean, they play Kansas City this week. Then I don't know if it's consecutive, but they eventually play. They play Cleveland, who they can't beat.
They play Kansas City, then they play us.
Buffalo.
Then they play Buffalo, I think. Tampa Bay. They have to play the Ravens. They have to play. They played you twice already. So they play the Ravens for sure once. So. Yeah, I mean,
I could see them.
What we need to happen is
making a run. I could see Baltimore hanging around.
Right.
But I feel like the Bengals they're very capable. They're going to lose to Kansas City this week. I don't think Kansas City's going to lose to them for a third straight time. I just don't see it. And then Buffalo, I think Buffalo will take care of them. Tampa Bay, maybe not.
Right.
Holding out hope that they will. I think Browns will take care of them probably because Joe Burrow has proved day in and day out he cannot beat the Browns. For some reason.
I don't know why, but I love it.
And now with the addition of Watson, I really think he won't be able to beat the Browns if he can lose to them with all these random ass quarterbacks.
Right.
Brissett, Baker, who's not even doing anything anymore. I think he's more than capable of losing to Watson. So,
yeah, well,
that's not Watson's first game, so
no, it'll be his second game back. Comes back this week against the Texans. Browns had a huge win over Tampa Bay in overtime this week.
Comeback win.
The Joku had a huge touchdown to tie it.
Over, so.
It was
Which would have been nice.
It was very he'd be ahead of us in the division, but it was very nice to see. It was great December set off on his last start on a dub. The defense played well. Running game did what it was supposed to do. Njoku, huge catch in the end zone to tie the game at the end of the fourth.
I watched that whole thing.
And so, big win for us, and it sets up for the chance. Now, can we make the playoffs? We have to go undefeated. Can we go undefeated? Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. Our schedule, it's tougher than yours. It's tougher than yours.
Go undefeated. I think
we have to have the most.
It's tight, but I think we can afford one.
We can afford one loss, but our loss would have to be against the Commanders,
which is
fine. Possible too. That's my biggest worry on the schedule is the Commanders. Who would have thought I would have said that? Because we play the Texans, which if we lose to the Texans, we don't deserve to make the playoffs. If we lose to the Texans, then we play the Bengals, who is a division game we could lose, but Joe Burrow, we got his number. I'm confident. And then we play the Saints, which we should beat the Saints. We play the Ravens, which at home, which we should have beat them without freaking Deshaun, or at least had a chance to go to overtime. We could definitely beat the Ravens. We have Lamar's number. Lamar lost to us last year at home with Baker starting and a defense that hopefully will be a little bit better. And then we play the Commanders and you guys. So, like, if we can lose one game, it has to be the NFC, and it would have to be the Commanders.
Can't be in the AFC.
Or it could be the Saints, but, like, then we have to beat the Commanders.
With us. I mean, I want to take advantage of the Falcons and Panthers, but if we do lose a game, I'd rather just be
one of those two teams. Right.
Definitely not the Panthers.
But if we have the same record, if we win the division games, and we have the same record as the Ravens and Bengals, then we'll win the division because we'll have a better division record.
Yeah,
and the same thing for you guys. It'll come down to our game last week.
Honestly, like I said, I'm not holding out hope that we're going to make a run and make the playoffs. I'm not holding out hope like that. But between us two, I feel like we do have the best chance just because we play the division winner or the division leader twice.
Right,
and 3 games behind them.
Right.
So we take advantage, sweep them. They lose another game.
No, definitely.
I mean, and the Bengals are bound to lose. With the schedule they have, so and if we keep winning within the division, we'll have the tiebreaker on the Bengals via better division record.
Yep.
So
it's definitely possible.
It's now you're getting me all.
You know what I mean? Like it will come down to our game, and like, is it going to happen? I don't know.
Make sure they can continue what they did last week. I mean, they put up 30 against the Bengals, put up 27 against the Colts, and it's like. We haven't been doing that a lot lately. So 24 or 27, I forget what they put up. Whatever. They won, but either way, they're over 20. They're not doing this, what score, 13, 14, like they did against the Jets and the Patriots. So.
No, it's definitely possible. And then, with Watson coming back this week, our defense played great last week. Our defense plays like they did last week all year. The rest of the year, I mean, we're going to be in every game. Our offense... We had one of the top 7 offense with Brissett. Brissett played well, but Watson could just do things that Brissett can't. So it should be fun to watch.
Massages. All right,
I'm done. I like a good massage.
So without further ado, let's get into the picks. So I finished 9-7 last week. Frank 11-5. Probably the best.
Don't call it a comeback, baby.
Puts him only 4 games back, I think.
Yeah, 4 games. You have 95, I have 91.
What is that? I can't do math. Yeah, let's just say it's 4 games. All right, I'm not putting the record anymore. It's if you're 4 games back.
Let's go.
And then I'll just keep closing the gap. Okay. So, Thursday night, tonight, between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots.
Yes.
They're in New England, and can we see another let's run the ball the entire time and beat Buffalo?
This is actually my upset of the week. Buffalo down their left tackle. New England's defense is feisty. They have to deal with Matthew Judon leads the league in sacks, and they have a left tackle. They're starting to back up a right tackle that hasn't been playing so hot. And Von Miller's going to also be out for the Bills. And I feel like just the Patriots are healthier. It's a division game. It's a Thursday night game. I know they both had a week rest because they both played Thursday last week. Kind of nice in the NFL, not having to play on a short week. So like that doesn't impact it as much. But I need to catch up. I'm taking New England. I just like how it sets up with the injuries with Buffalo. I think it gives them a better chance.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I could see that. It's just hard to go against Buffalo.
No, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I just think Josh Allen's still going to come out and do his Josh Allen things. And I just feel like the Patriots' offense just can't keep up necessarily. Their defense definitely will have to make some plays. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to take Buffalo.
All right. Next, we'll start with the Browns going to Houston to face the Texans, where Deshaun will make his first start as a Cleveland Brown in front of his accusers, which makes no sense to me. Like, if you...
It's hilarious.
I mean, but like...
It's hilarious that they're bringing them to the game.
Like, they're willingly going to a game where someone sexually assault... Like, I wouldn't want to... Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's like...
Is that... You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like,
I see where you're coming
like,
from.
If you were really that affected by him assaulting you wouldn't go watch him play. You never want to see him again. But, nonetheless, they're going to go see him. He's going to pull out his air guitar because he's going to score a lot of teddies. And he's going to celebrate, and we're going to win. We're going to beat the Texans. I mean, I hope we can beat the Texans. Everybody beat the Texans.
Everyone beats the Texans except for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think this isn't, this isn't even a topic of debate. I feel like even with Watson, having not played in 2 years,
700 days.
Texans are that bad.
Days. Yeah.
But I will say, I believe it's going to be closer than people think, only because Texans, they have Dameon Pierce. Browns can't stop the run. And the Texans are going to be hungry to shove this into Deshaun Watson's face. But with that being said, Cleveland's going to make some plays down the stretch, and it would be too much for Houston, so I'm taking Cleveland.
All right. Next, we have the Steelers going down to the ATL to face the Falcons. Good thing about this game for you guys, Falcons only run the ball, and you guys are stopping the run this year. So
can't stop the pass, but we can stop the run.
So I'm gonna
Mariota doesn't decide to do his little pass.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers just based off that. Pickett's not turning the ball over. Your defense is healthy. It's back. And Atlanta can't throw the ball, and that's your weakest link. And they're not going to be. They might try to attack it, but they're also without Kyle Pitts. He's done for the season. He had knee surgery, ended his season. So yeah, I'm liking you guys in this game.
Yeah, I'm liking us too, especially after last week. I know we played the Colts. It's nothing to say, "Oh, we're back, baby." But the Falcons they can't, like you said, they can't pass the ball. I mean, we can't defend the pass, but I think when it comes down to it, they're going to try to run, and we're going to say no. And then it'll be 3rd and 12. They're forced to pass it. We're playing pass all the way, and
right.
I think we'll be able to defend it. Falcons' defense isn't good at all.
Yeah.
They never are. Probably never will be. And I think Kenny Pickett's going to have a career day. So I'm taking Pittsburgh.
All right. Love to see it. Next, we have, this is a great game. The Broncos going to Baltimore to face the Ravens. We'd love to pick the Broncos
here. Country. Let's ride. But unfortunately,
thank God. They were supposed to be in Sunday night next week. They flexed them out. Thank the Lord.
I'm taking Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm taking Baltimore. Lamar left practice early yesterday, but I feel like he leaves practice early every Wednesday.
He seems like he has a stomach bug every couple of weeks
so,
or something.
He's questionable, but even if Lamar doesn't play, I think Huntley knows the offense well enough that they can beat this bum-ass team that doesn't even score 10 points. Russell Wilson doesn't score touchdowns.
I think if the Broncos scored 21 game, not 21, but 20 in a game, I think they deserve a round of applause from the entire United States of America.
Yeah.
It would just be amazing.
There's a coach that's going to get fired after 1 year. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, my gosh.
There's no way you're keeping him after you paid that quarterback and you didn't produce.
Matt Eberflus of the Bears has 3 wins, but you can see
they're competitive. They're in every game.
They can score. They can do a bunch of things. He's keeping his job.
Right. 100%.
They're the same record, but they're so bad.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're a 3-8 with an asterisk. Those 3 wins are not impressive at all.
If they would have scored 17 points a game at one point, they would have been 7-1. 17 points! 17! Our teams are scoring that much. Come on, dude. That's how great your defense is. And you're fucking... What are you... You're 3-8. That's pathetic.
So bad.
It's pathetic.
So bad.
We have a better record with Jacoby Brissett.
I mean, don't get me
wrong. And our defense sucks.
Don't get me wrong. Broncos country, that's right. Because we need Baltimore to lose, but
we're not picking it
happening.
Next, we have the Packers traveling to Chicago. Rodgers says he's going to play.
Justin Fields is back.
Back. Maybe. The Packers could not stop the run last week. Rodgers owns the Bears, but it's
they're not.
It's not the same Rodgers. I got to pick the Bears this week.
I'm taking the Bears in full confidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't see. I can see this being a game when Justin Fields if he gets back. I may change the pick if he's not playing because Trevor Siemian might not win. But
he didn't play last week. Yeah, Peterman played.
No, he did.
Siemian had a groin pulled in warm-ups. He played. Oh.
Yeah.
They said he wasn't going to play.
Robbed us of the Nathan Peterman show. But
a lot of picks, a lot of interceptions.
But if Justin Fields plays, I could see this being a game where it's yes, you own us for all these years, but here's all that back in this one. And Chicago wins big.
All right. We'll see. Next, another good game. 2 4-7 teams. Jags Lions in Detroit.
game of the week.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a fun game to watch.
More forward to this game than possibly the Chiefs and the Bengals.
Wow.
Only because these two teams are so close to just popping off.
You're right. And they're very evenly matched, I feel like.
And I love to see the underdogs play each other. And these are two teams that are capable of beating anyone in the league, in my opinion. It's just, what team are we going to get?
Yeah. Who you
I think the team we're going to get this week is Detroit.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Lions.
All right. I'm gonna. This is a toss up. It can go either way. I'm gonna roll with Trevor Lawrence. He played very well down the stretch last week.
Oh,
and
absolutely amazing.
Like you said, this is gonna be a game where if the Browns were playing at one, I would definitely be watching
they're
this.
in Detroit.
They are in Detroit, yeah. So I mean, it should be a shootout.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see this game being like 40-something to 40-something.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be one of those games where the Lions are scoring 2 touchdowns in the final 2 minutes or something. They seem to do that a lot. But, yeah.
All right, next matchup. Another good one. We have Jets traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Jets 7-4. Mike White looked fantastic last week.
But are we going to get that again?
I don't know, but 300 and... See,
he did look great, don't get me wrong.
I feel like I didn't watch the game, but I feel like
size.
all he did was give the ball to his playmakers and let him make plays.
Yeah.
And that's all Zach Wilson needs
Elijah
to do, but
Moore,
he's stupid.
Garrett Wilson made a lot of big plays.
Yeah, a lot of big plays.
My only question is, that's one game. We need to see what else Mike White can do, because he had starts last year, granted. The coaching wasn't there. Well, the coaching was there, but it was his first year.
Yeah.
So now that Salah's had it under his belt a little bit, we're starting to see what he can do as a coach. But we got to see if this Mike White trend continues, if he's able to do it. With that being said, Minnesota's pretty good. So I'm going to take Minnesota in this one just until I see more from Mike White.
No, that's fair. I'm also taking Minnesota. Their 2 losses are to 10-1 Eagles and 8-3 Cowboys.
We both need the Jets to lose anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
Vikes. Next, we have another great matchup. Commanders going to New York to face the Giants. 7-5, 7-4 records.
Hottest team in the NFL is the Washington Commanders. 6-1 in their last 7.
Yeah.
How can you go against them? Giants, this is where they start to fade. Lost 2 in a row. Make that 3. Commanders.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think Commanders will just go in there. I feel like they're just playing better ball at the moment. The Giants started 7-2. They've lost 2 in a row. Commanders are hot, like you said, and there's no reason why they can't go in there and continue to play like that. Especially when they got Heineke behind there. They believe in him. They play for him. And Ron Rivera got those boys rolling. Another fucking good game. We got Titans Eagles. Man, it sucks. These are all at 1 o'clock. So
I said like Detroit and Jacksonville was one I was looking for.
I mean, but like it's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a shootout, like you said. It's gonna be fun to watch.
It's like all these other good games, teams that are in it right now.
Titans traveling to Philadelphia. Titans coming off a tough loss against Cincinnati at home. Eagles had a dominating win over Green Bay. It wasn't dominating. I mean, they scored 40 points, but they gave up 30. So,
33.
33. Like, it was still a close game, but, like, they ran the ball down their throats. Like, they ran for over 300 yards rushing combined, I think. Titans, I feel like the Titans need this well. I'm going to take the Titans in an upset. It's going to be a close game, I think. I could go either way. The Eagles, they're 10-1. The Titans... They might not need it more because the division's not as good. I mean, you have the Colts at 4-6-1 and the Jags at 4-7. Houston. So they probably don't need it more. They already won their division.
Unless Jacksonville makes it.
But I feel like the team plays for Mike Vrabel, and I don't see them losing 2 games in a row a lot.
Yeah.
They'll definitely show up and make it a game. They're not going to get rolled over.
This will definitely be a game, but the problem Tennessee has that Philadelphia doesn't is Philadelphia can stop the run. They can stop the pass. Tennessee can't stop the pass.
Right.
Their secondary's among the worst in the NFL, and I think it's going to be a field day for Jalen Hurts and
A.J. Brown. I hope so. I hope so. I have him on my fantasy team.
I have him in my FanDuel team this week. With that being said, Tennessee will stay in the game because despite Philadelphia being able to stop the run, they still have Derrick Henry.
Right.
Tennessee will keep it close because of Mike Vrabel and Derrick Henry duo. I'm going to take Philadelphia just because I think when it comes down to it, Tennessee's going to struggle heavily stopping the pass.
Okay. Next, we have Seahawks-Rams. The Rams, let's just sum up their season. Their payroll is probably $200 million. About $125 of it's on the injured list. Stafford, Donald, Kupp, top 3 players, probably top 3 most paid, all not playing. Their season's basically over. They're 3-8. They're not bringing their players back. At least not rushing any of them back.
I know they're injured, but Super Bowl champions just didn't show up.
Yeah, it was bad.
Because a lot of their defensive players are not injured.
No, Donald's the first week Donald's going to miss.
They
so
replaced Von Miller with Bobby Wagner pretty much.
Right.
So it's like, what's going on with their defense? I mean, their offense can't stay on the field.
Right. I feel like it basically comes down to them just playing so much.
But even before they were hurt, Matthew Stafford looked like crap.
Yeah, their O-line. That's what it really came down to. Their O-line just wasn't the same this year.
So I don't even want to blame it on the injuries, because prior to the injuries, they looked like crap.
No, yeah, for sure.
So
but
I'm taking Seattle with that being said.
Right. With the injuries, it's just they're done.
Yeah.
It's like, take them out back and put a bullet in them. They're done this year. Seattle, they're fighting for their division. Arizona's still in it. San Francisco's looked well.
Seattle did have a heartbreaking loss last week.
Yeah,
Could not stop Josh Jacobs.
No, Josh Jacobs was
50
nuts.
fantasy points.
Yeah, I loved it. I have him on a fantasy team. Oh, next, another great matchup. We got Dolphins-Niners in the Bay Area. This could be a Super Bowl potential matchup. I mean, Dolphins would have to. We would think it would be upsets, Chiefs-Bills, but they've beaten the Bills, and Tua hasn't lost as a starter. So they're playing well under Mike McDaniel, so they definitely have potential to get there. Niners, Vikings, Eagles, Cowboys, but they have a very good shot with their defense, and that adding CMC just made that team put them over the hump, in my opinion.
Yeah, San Francisco, I still believe are the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be fun. Mike McDaniel's going back against his old team, so it's like you got that head coaching matchup. Who's gonna have the advantage? Usually take the mentor, but I gotta go with the Finns. I just, I am about the Niners. I love the Niners. But I just think Mike McDaniel's got to have something up his sleeve. He's going to want to get one over on Shanahan. They're going to find a way. But I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way at all.
Yeah, you think you go with the...
I was so leaning towards the Niners.
I wanted to go for San Francisco too, but I'm also going with Miami. Just their offense. They're going to be rolling. I could see this being a shootout.
Niners coming up a shutout too. This Niners defense is no joke. I mean, they played the Saints, but
it's no joke. But also the Dolphins' offense is no joke.
Right. I think the Niners also have a streak of not giving up like a first quarter or a first half touchdown too.
That's gonna end.
Right, but Hill, that's how good their defense has been.
Even Jeff Wilson's going back to San Francisco. He's gonna make an impact.
He's gonna win a ball for sure.
I'm taking the Fins.
Next, we have the CBS game of the week. Kansas City traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Gonna be a great game, in my opinion, but we're riding with the Chiefs, baby.
Let's go
Chiefs.
Kansas City.
Travis Kelce, have yourself a day, and you're back in your
home. Have another 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Come on,
do it. Next, should be a good game. Chargers, Raiders. 6-5 Chargers, 4-7 Raiders. Raiders, ever since Derek Carr cried at the podium, 2-0. They're running that ball. Chargers, another tight win last week. Tight win. Did they go for 2? I think they went for 2 against the Cardinals, or they kicked a field goal. I don't remember. But they beat the Cardinals by a point.
Yeah, Chargers went for 2.
They went for 2. So, another close game last week. Right, just like Jacksonville. The Raiders, though, I like what they're doing. I'm going to go with the Raiders at home, a division game. And they're kind of like us. They're trying to keep up in their division.
Wiggle their way back.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the Raiders.
Not win the division.
Well, yeah, because of the Chiefs. But they're fighting for a playoff spot for sure.
With that being said, Raiders have looked better. Their running game has been amazing.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, obviously. You got to focus on him no matter who you're playing or no matter what team you are. With that being said, though, the Chargers, they're starting to get a flow back. Last time they went to Vegas, they lost a heartbreaker and missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think Chargers get their turn, so I'm going to go with the Chargers.
Cool. Next, we have Sunday Night Football. You got those Colts, Jeff Saturday and the Colts in primetime again. Fucking can flex games, but they're too scared to flex Dallas out of primetime. Which Dallas 8-3, they're at home. I get it, they deserve it. But you have all these other games. Well, you could have Dolphins-Niners. That's a primetime game where you're getting everybody in the nation watching.
I know, but Steelers and Bengals, AFC North.
Right, but you're not.
Out. And they keep this
true.
Colts and Cowboys game.
Well, it's because it's the Cowboys.
that's fine. Cowboys are going to roll them.
I know. I agree. It's not going to be competitive. And they should have put the Steelers or the Niners and Dolphins. They should have flexed that. Monday night game, this should have been flexed too. And starting next year, they will be, though.
Oh.
You can be able to flex Monday night. So it's going to be. I don't know how it's going to work because, like they were saying on the radio last week, when you buy tickets ahead of time, you book hotels and shit.
Right.
Like, you're going to have
That's why Monday's a little difficult.
Right.
That's
so taking off work. But yeah, apparently next year they'll be able to flex them. But yeah, you got Saints, Bucks. Bucks need to win. They come off a heartbreaking loss. They're still in first place because their division's as bad as NFC East used to be. So yeah, they're playing at home against the Saints. Saints usually have their number, but it's in Tampa. And, they got shut out. Their offense just doesn't really either show up or they don't. But I'm going to take the Bucks. They need it more.
Bucks do need it more. Well, I guess you can make the argument that the Saints could need it because that division's up for grabs.
Yeah, but the Saints have looked so inconsistent, in my opinion.
A game and a half out.
Yeah.
Like, that division's not very good. But Bucks, if they really want to, take the reins and start pulling ahead.
That's the game they win. Yeah, for sure.
Saints do play well against the Bucks, which
they do,
scares
but
me.
Their offense
they're just not there.
It's just not there.
With that being said, Tampa Bay will get the dub. So, yeah. Exciting picks. We actually had quite a few that we weren't in agreement with. So
yeah, it should be a good week of football.
Yeah.
For
definitely
sure.
Opportunities there for me to pull ahead.
Yeah, or me to catch up. I know.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah. So that was fun. So join us next week.
Yeah, hopefully both our teams win. Hopefully we'll both still be in playoff contention.
We're both 5-7. If Broncos somehow rode and
if the Broncos beat the Ravens, I'd be thrilled.
Do you know how big that would be?
It'd be huge. It would be ridiculously
that would be.
That means we can go 9-7 and still win the division.
9-8.
9-8. Sorry.
Extra game.
Still 9-8. That's even better. Like we can lose 8 games.
Just think about it. We both win very winnable games.
Very winnable games
this week. Bengals probably could.
Bengals Chiefs is going to be.
It's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Bengals have won 2 straight against the Chiefs.
Bengals are at home too,
but in Kansas City. But I feel like the Chiefs are just on another level this year, and where they weren't last year. I feel like they're better than last year, and they lost Tyreek Hill.
Right.
With that being said, Bengals lose, we both win. If somehow Broncos country rides,
that'd be something.
We're 2 games out.
Yeah.
Like and we still play Baltimore twice.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think when it comes down to it, if Bengals Ravens lose and we both win this week, I might start getting hope back.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. You should still have the hope.
All that's probably going to happen except Baltimore.
All we need is the Ravens and the Bengals to both go 3-3, and we have to win out. Which us winning out is the hardest part. But your schedule's favorable. I mean, you can win in your division, but like. You can do it. You've done it.
And also, what we're not looking at also is there's still a wild card there.
Yeah.
They're 7-4 too.
It'll be tough for us to get a wild card.
Us too, because Patriots and Jets both.
We lost to the Jets, Bills, and Dolphins. So
that would be a little
tough. Wild cards is more difficult for our teams, more attainable for the Ravens and the Bengals based on who they beat. Especially the Bengals. Bengals already have.
Well, the Bengals do have the second wild card right now, 7-4.
Right.
So,
but if they go, so if they finish 10-7,
we're a game behind New England.
Right. I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
Behind New England. So
we'll see.
It's going to be interesting.
We got a shot. We're still alive. That's all you can ask for.
I think once we get back, if we get to like 2 games back in the next couple weeks, then I'll start getting hope. But
right.
If we stay 3 back, after 2 weeks, we're not going to be 3 back because we either play Baltimore 2 weeks from now. So we're either going to be like after that game we'll either be 1 back or
tied if they lose,
or 2 back or or worse.
Right.
If we lose the Falcons and Baltimore, we're done. But whatever. There's a lot of scenarios we can go through, but we won't know anything until we play. So that's all the time we have. Feel free to tune in next week and see how our predictions went. Have a good week.
See you.